Welcome to another Garden Wise Adventures. Today we're here with Blaine, and I can't remember your last name.
Nielsen.
Nielsen. We'll have to talk about that later. I'm also Nielsen.
Yeah, Nielsen.
I think we did. Oh, never mind. We won't
Close.
talk later. Okay. So anyway, Blaine, who are you? Tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, my background, I am a gardener. I worked at the U of U. I was a landscape gardener for 2 years.
Okay.
I got my residential construction design degree from Utah State.
Yeah.
And then I also worked at a corporate garden in Provo, Marinda Gardens. It's now the Qualtrics building. So.
Okay.
But that was a very awesome garden. So that's what I do, and I also have a podcast on gardening.
Tell us a little bit about that, because I like that one a lot.
Yeah, you've been a guest on our podcast. We focus on water-wise habits, cultural practices that we can change in Utah. We're one of the highest water uses in one of the smallest populations, so we use a lot for our population.
We use a lot of water. Yep.
So we try to focus on how to be more water conscious and water wise in our landscapes. That's most of our water goes to. Because you think it's in the house, running your shower, your dishwasher.
No,
it's all in your landscape.
So just really quick before we bypass this, your podcast. Tell me a little bit more about your podcast, because I'm going to link some information below so people can listen to some of the stuff.
Yep, it's called the Hortoccult. We have a weekly podcast where we just take a horticultural topic and talk about it, or we have guests come and talk about what they do in horticulture. And we just, it's really fun. We just kind of riff it up. It's me and my friend Brad.
Okay.
And we just have a little podcast, share it with everybody you can find.
Well, fun. I will link that below. But you said you like to focus on water-wise stuff, and one of the reasons we're here today is you're taking into practice what you preach.
Yeah.
Let's turn the camera around and show them what you've done.
A Parkstrip is one of the hardest things to irrigate efficiently. And I'm on a corner, which is even harder because of the curve. We'll go over here and I'll show you.
So can you explain that a little bit more? Because a lot of people say that, and I know that some people look at it and say, well, my Parkstrip is being irrigated efficiently. Explain exactly what you mean by that.
I mean, a lot of overlap. So here on the corner, the sprinklers that we have cannot bend around the corner.
Aha.
So I'm watering the sidewalk, I'm watering the street, I'm watering the car, trying to get enough coverage for the lawn.
So it's narrow and an odd shape.
Yes, it's very narrow. This is actually in the local scapes. You're not supposed to water anything with overhead sprinklers, anything smaller than 8 feet, because it's just too hard. My Parkstrip is exactly 8 feet. So it's just barely on that cusp of almost being able to water it, but it was just getting so much overspray, and it was just a pain in the butt, and I was watching my water that I'm paying for going down the gutter.
Yeah, who wants to pay for water that's going down the gutter?
Right, it's just waste. It's just a total waste.
And then, let's look at this. Let's look at what you've done. Right. This is absolutely gorgeous. Who would not want a Parkstrip that looked like that?
Yeah, it was a lot of work. I had 3 or 4 different options I could have done. This was all lawn before, and I didn't remove the lawn.
You didn't remove the lawn?
I didn't remove the lawn. All I did was not water it, and then I have used Roundup a little bit. So if you wanted to be more organic, I guess you didn't have to use Roundup. I actually covered this side more with the dirt that I dug up for the pots, for the plants, and covered the lawn with it.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So there's a couple different ways you could have done it. You could have taken a sod cutter, cut it all out.
There's no problem with that.
There's no, that's totally fine. It just takes a lot of work, and I was doing it by myself, and I was like, I don't really want to do that.
Then you have to figure out how to get rid of the sod. I guess there's people who would want it.
Yeah, you could put it up on KSL, and people will come get it.
But if they don't, then you have to get rid of it.
Right. And I usually just use it as another kind of, I almost kind of use it to suppress weeds in my backyard. So things that I have cut out, I just stick it and it dies, but it creates that barrier that weeds cannot go through.
Oh, wow. That's a great idea.
It kind of just kills the stuff I don't want.
You could even flip it over upside down and just leave it.
Exactly. Or you can make a berm out of it. You can do all sorts of stuff. But I try to keep it here
And not throw it into
throw it
the
away.
yeah.
And then if you take it to the landfill, they charge you extra because it's more on the dirt side. And
Yeah, they
anyway,
do charge you extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I did was I actually dug a trench along where it met the concrete. So all along the sidewalk.
Can you just point to those areas?
Yeah,
You know, because sometimes when I hear people say things.
So right here, I actually dug out I dug a whole wedge. I wedged.
Oh, you can
out.
see that. You can see how it's a
went
wedge.
wonk, and I just took it all the way out and made a trench all along. So it had a place for the water to go, and it also made it harder for weeds to grow up along the sidewalk where
And
you would notice it.
Yeah, if you didn't do that, then your mulch would probably be falling all over the sidewalk. Anyway.
Exactly. And this was kind of an experiment because it's just what I thought would work.
Well, it looks like it's working beautifully. It's gorgeous.
And just mulch from a garden center. So
Yeah.
I just went to the local garden center and bought it, and it was about $50 a yard. And I have I think I have like 5 yards
Oh,
total.
wow. So do you mind if I ask the approximate cost?
The approximate cost, so I actually was able to get a wholesale price on the plants.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just over around $1,000 because that was the new. I used a conversion kit, so the irrigation for the pop-ups is still in the ground. I didn't rip
Oh,
those
so you
out.
didn't even really have to go through and do major irrigation work.
I didn't do any of that. Didn't have to. It's a little kit. Listen, I actually have one in the garage. I could show you.
Yeah. Do you want to run and go grab
Yeah,
that?
I'll go grab.
Right now.
So
Okay,
what
so
I-
let's see what you have.
Okay, this is what I use. This is a conversion kit from spray to drip from Rainbird. It's the same shape as a regular sprinkler head, and then so it just goes in the spot. So all I did was replace one of my sprinkler heads with this,
Just one.
just one, and I capped the rest of them. One for each side. So I did one for this
Yeah.
side and one for this side.
Okay.
So I have 2 of these. Comes with the little ability to get right into the drip. And then I ran my drip grid, and I actually had it like that for a while, just exposed.
Right.
And then I got my plants. I picked out where I wanted my plants, and planted them, and then laid in my my mulch.
And by next year, how often do you think you'll be watering them?
Probably be watering half as much as this year. So my lawn, I was watering 3 times a week for 20 minutes. To 40 minutes, just depending on how hot it got. This I'll be able to water once a week, 20 minutes with the drip.
Let's look at the plants.
Okay.
Because we want to see plant choices here.
So my plant package that I got from Progressive was the pollinator package.
Oh, that's
they have
fun.
4 or 5 different packages depending on your Parkstrip size and whatnot. So this section over here is one package. So
Okay.
I bought 3 packages.
So let's go over the plants and see what was in
Okay.
there.
So this one is the only one I didn't have any foreknowledge of. It's labeled as a butterfly weed,
Uh-huh.
and it has an orange flower.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Cameron mentioned that it was pretty close to the milkweed. It was a relative of the milkweed.
Okay, so that should attract butterflies and just be really pretty and easy
Right.
to grow, drought tolerant.
The
I
only
think all of
thing
these
he
are
did
good.
say you gotta watch that one because it can get away from the seedlings.
Yeah.
So you gotta watch that one. Let's go over these.
Yeah, let's go
I
with
like
these.
these ones better. So when you do buy the package of plants, it comes with a design that is recommended, and I kind of went off that. So we have here catmint. So I wanted to put these ones together.
Oh, those are going to be gorgeous.
It's gonna fill that whole area. And then I wanted something a little lower on the end so I can see as I pull out. I didn't want to put the other taller shrubs
Right.
on the ends. This one is Joy. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact. Well, it's on the sheet.
Yeah.
But I could.
But that one is absolutely
I've
gorgeous. So
never-
you've got
I've
fall
never-
color.
I've seen it. I've never had it.
Yeah, I've had it before, and this is time of year they shine. So this
Yeah.
is late September.
It's looking really good.
Yeah, and your catmint will stay blue flowering. You know, they'll flower from April until the frost kills them.
Yeah. They got a little dried out. I needed to water them more. I kind of turned it off
Yeah.
and see how they were doing, and I think I
They
lost
didn't.
a little bit of
Yeah.
And then we have over the yellow yarrow.
Yeah, I
think
love
it's
this yarrow.
Is it the moon?
Moonshine.
Moonshine?
Yeah.
And this is the Punkster butterfly bush.
Those are going to be gorgeous.
It's gonna. I mean, they just pushed and pushed and pushed, and they're still trying to get more out. So I'm excited about those
through the end of the year. And I love the deep color.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
I've always liked the purples, and I can always add in yellows and oranges and stuff. So I'm really happy with the purples. This is a Caryopteris.
Yeah, the blue mist shrub.
Yes.
Now these. Do you know the variety on this one? Because some of them I don't like, and some of them I do.
I just looked it up, and now I forgot it. But it's definitely more of an upright habit one.
Okay, so you're not going to get the big bushy, out of control, twiggy.
As out, but it'll go up.
Okay.
You can already tell how it's kind of shaping out. But we did have a little bit of windstorm come through lately, and one of them did actually split.
Oh,
but
wow.
That's just what happens, and it's already starting to grow back. So
yeah.
I am very familiar with this plant, and I cared for it at the U, and we cut it down, and it grew back, and it's very hardy and resistant to a lot of stuff. So I like it.
It's a great plant.
Bees love it. I can't get the bees away.
Yep.
And then I did a little 4 grouping of Gara.
See, and that's going to be really pretty. That's one of the things that caught my eye as I was driving up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Gara.
And I'll still have room to implement other stuff. I really do like the hummingbird mint, the Agastaki, and I was thinking I did have a little bit of a place for it. I wanted to kind of mature a little bit more, and we'll see what space I have left. But really, that was it. The only thing that I didn't like was that they came in even numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I want to kind of make it more, with odd numbers, it's just more pleasing to the eye. So I decided to do heavy groupings.
Designer like you.
Yeah, it kind of made it a little easier to design by just grouping them together. Like I did mirror it. I mean, pretty much. If I would have put the Gara in the middle, it would have been perfectly symmetrical.
But I think it's really pretty where you put it, because you can actually see it coming up the street.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a really good view over here where you can see everything except the cars in the way. But, and it's been a labor of love. Did it by myself. And
how long did it take you?
Hours-wise, I kind of did it in shifts. So I did the cutting out one day. I did the irrigation one day. So I kind of took it piece by piece.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't that bad. I think overall it took maybe 4 days to do each project. So I did the planting on one day. I did this whole one by itself first before I did this side. But I had done all the irrigation and cutting out all before that.
Oh, okay.
And so I did the planting and the mulch one day, and that was a rough day.
Yeah.
But then I kind of did it this one. I planted everything and kind of waited a day. So, I mean, it took, if I had to put it all together, maybe 12, 15 hours.
So that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of lazy, so I take it slow. And
it's a better way to do it without killing yourself. Because then you want to complete another project rather than saying, oh my word, I died on that first one, I'm not doing it again.
I mean, I had really big ambitions to get everything planted the first day that I picked up everything. And it was so easy to get it from Cameron. He had it ready the day after I'd ordered it, and
oh wow,
the plants were perfect.
Well, thank you for having me come out today and look at your Parkstrip. Any final words on
no, I mean,
your experience?
It's really easy to do. Maybe 5-6 steps. You can do it too. It's not hard.
Okay. Well, this actually right now is a great time to do it if you want to, or it's even a better time to start planning. So run around, look at your yard, see what areas you have that you can replace, and kind of plan. Think about it. Yeah. And I challenge you to do that. Look at it, see what you have, what areas you have to convert, and start thinking about next year.
Totally.
That's the
totally doable.
Life of a gardener. Think about next year.
You can do it. There's a lot of resources out there that you can do it. You can save a lot of money doing it yourself. If I would have had a landscaper do this, it would have been $4,000 or $5,000 easy. So.
Yeah, and you can do it yourself. Well, anyway, enjoy yourself. Go have a wonderful garden adventure and save some water.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.